Okay, you're looking at the BSE Sensex 30 index and the zero price fan. What is a zero price fan? It is a Gann fan that you draw up from zero at the time of an important high, or it could be an important low. You could do it either way. In this case, I chose the high from February 2000 on the Sensex, started my Gann fan up from zero. It's the same sort of Gann fan you'd normally draw. Now, in this case, I'm using a 1x1 line of 120 points. So that's the scale of the 1x1. Every other line is a derivative of that line, that the scale for the 1x1 that we just established at 120 points. Now, it's 120, since we're looking at a monthly chart, it is 120 points per month, which means that this line here, the red line, is moving up at a rate of 120 points every month. Now, if you look at the 2x1, that is twice the slope of the 1x1. So it'd be 240 points per month. The 1x2 would be half the slope of the 1x1, or 60 points per month. So that's the scale. And then these other lines are the same logic, right? The 3x1, the 1x3, etc. Now, if you look at the high, you can see it's very close to 180 bars, which is months in this case. 90 bars would be 90 months. So from the low to the high was 90 months. From the low to the high, 180 months. Now, if you're a big believer in the random walk theory, you believe that there is no order, you cannot outperform the market because there is no order, it's all random. Now, if you believe that, I have some swampland in Florida to sell you. If you're not a moron, you have to know that the 90 and 180 month cycles coming due as you hit the 2x1 line, you have a time and price setup, which means that you're setting up for a massive reversal in trend. Gann always said when time and price are in balance, you get a reversal in trend. So the fact that we rallied strongly into these cycles, and these are important cycles. Now, if this were a 90-day cycle, that would be a big deal. But a 90-week cycle is more important than a 90-day cycle. A 90-month cycle is way more important. So the fact that you are reaching an overbought condition, finding resistance on a 2x1 line as you complete 180 months low to high, 90 months low to high, it's a lock. It's a time and price setup for a major reversal. You do not look for a minor correction. You're not looking for 5% or 10%. Turn off CNBC, turn off Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal. They're all frickin' morons. You know they're going to tell you to buy the dip all the way down. That's not what you should be doing. You know this thing's going to be a wild correction. You do not want to own the stock market up here. And I'm not talking about just the Sensex. I'm talking the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, every market you can think of, the FTSE, the Nikkei. All stock markets are going to get crushed. I'm just showing you the Sensex today. I have Gann charts on all these markets. I'm telling you, this is going to be a global stock market correction. You do not want to own stocks. For that matter, you don't want to own bonds. And if you subscribe, I can tell you what you do want to own. But right now, I'm warning you so that you don't lose all your money in the stock market. Get out of Dodge. It's time to get out of Dodge. Katie, bar the door. It's time to take drastic action. And if you know that every central bank on the planet is going to print money in response to a global stock market correction and a global recession, do you really want to own cash? Probably not. Anyway, if you're interested, you can go to my website and it's www.gannanalysis.net. Or you can send me an email to jamessmith@gannanalysis.net if you have questions. Register to the site. You get some free reports. And if you really like it, hit the shop button. Subscribe for 3 months. It's not expensive. The money you will save by looking at these reports will way offset what your savings in getting out of the stock market will way offset the cost of my subscription. If you have any money in the stock market, you need to see my reports, my Gann reports on the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and even the Sensex. I do have 23 charts on the Sensex. You will want to see those other charts, not just this chart. So think about it and don't take too long because this thing is already getting started. Things are going to get crazy. You won't have time to react. Again, the website, www.gannanalysis.net. Register now. Get a few free reports. Check them out. If you like it, hit the shop button. Take a flying leap for 3 months. It's going to be a good investment. Listening to the talking heads on CNBC, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Barron's is a recipe for disaster. You will see chief economists telling you to buy the stock market on every dip because they're going to tell you that the stock market is going to end the year higher. I think these guys, I can't believe they're that stupid, but that's what they're telling you. You can draw two conclusions. Either they are morons or they're purposely misleading you. Either way, it's not good. Listening to CNBC, listening to Bloomberg, it's a recipe for frickin' disaster. When you see a 90-month cycle come due, when you see a 180-month cycle due, and you see resistance at a 2x1 line for the Sensex, you know it's a big event. You know it's time to get out of Dodge. So I hope this is helpful. I hope a lot of you will do the right thing. Safeguard your money. Do not have money in the stock market right now. It is very risky. There are times when you do want to be in the stock market. And if you listen to a certain Oracle of Omaha who tells you don't try to time the market, I'd say you're a complete fool. There are times when you have to time the market. You have to time the market or you get timed out by the market. You have to get out of the stock market now, especially the Sensex, especially the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow. You need to get out. Having cash is a lot safer than having exposure to the stock market. And again, I don't care if you're talking the FTSE, the Nikkei, the Dow, the Sensex. Globally, stock markets are going to get crushed. This is going to be worse than you can possibly imagine.